One bright morning in the green forest, all the animals were chattering with great excitement. A big race was going to happen. This was not just any small race between friends. This was to be the most important race of the year, a true test of speed. All the creatures from the tiny field mouse to the wise old owl gathered to hear the news. They wondered who would dare to compete in such a grand event. The path for the race was long. It went over hills and through meadows. It would be a real challenge for anyone who decided to try. Everyone felt a buzz of anticipation in the air. The first animal to step forward was the hare. He was known everywhere for his incredible speed. The hare could run faster than the wind. He often boasted about how quick he was. "No one can beat me," he would say, twitching his long ears proudly. He looked around at the other animals with a confident smile on his face. He imagined himself crossing the finish line, far ahead of everyone else. The hare thought this race would be very easy for him. He was already thinking about his victory party and how everyone would praise him. He felt very sure of himself. Then a hush fell over the crowd as another animal slowly made his way to the starting line. It was the tortoise. The tortoise was known for being very, very slow. He carried his house on his back, which made him even slower. He moved with careful, deliberate steps, never rushing. Some of the animals giggled when they saw him. They thought it was funny that the slow tortoise would race the fast hare, but the tortoise had a calm look in his eyes. He was not bothered by the whispers or the laughter. He knew he was slow, but he was also very determined to try his best. The day of the big race finally arrived. The sun shone brightly in the clear blue sky. All the animals of the forest lined the race path. They were eager to see who would win this unusual contest. The fox was chosen to be the starter. He stood ready with a bright red flag. The hare bounced up and down, full of energy and impatience. The tortoise stood quietly, looking straight ahead at the long path. He took a deep breath. The air was filled with the sounds of birds singing and leaves rustling. It was a perfect day for a race. The fox waved his red flag high in the air. "Ready, set, go!" he shouted with a booming voice. In a flash of brown fur, the hare was gone. He zipped away from the starting line like an arrow shot from a bow. Dust flew up behind his fast feet. He was so quick that the other animals could barely see him. The hare felt the wind rush past his ears. He loved the feeling of running so fast. He thought about how far ahead he must be already. This race was going to be even easier than he had imagined. He chuckled to himself, thinking of the slow tortoise. After running for a little while, the hare stopped. He looked back down the long, winding path. He could not see the tortoise anywhere. The tortoise was so far behind, he was not even a tiny speck in the distance. The hare felt a surge of pride. "See," he thought, "I am the fastest. There is no competition for me at all." He saw some butterflies fluttering among the flowers. He decided he had plenty of time to say hello. He even stopped to chat with a squirrel who was gathering nuts. He told the squirrel how easily he was winning the race. The hare continued on his way, but not at his top speed anymore. He trotted along happily, enjoying the warm sunshine. He thought about how silly the tortoise was to even try to race him. "That slow old tortoise," he said to a passing beetle. "He will take all day to get here." The hare felt so sure of his victory that he started to feel a little bit bored. The race was not exciting when he was so far ahead. He knew he could reach the finish line whenever he wanted. There was no need to hurry at all, he concluded with a yawn. As the hare ambled along, he noticed a big shady tree by the side of the path. The leaves on the tree were green and cool. It looked like a very comfortable place to rest. Thought the hare, "I am so far ahead of that slow tortoise. I have plenty of time for a little nap. A short rest will make me feel even better for when I cross the finish line." He was certain the tortoise would still be very far behind when he woke up. So the hare found a soft patch of grass under the tree. He stretched out and closed his eyes, feeling very pleased. Under the cool shade of the big tree, the hare quickly fell asleep. The gentle breeze rustled the leaves above him. The sun was warm and the air was still. It was a perfect afternoon for a nap. The hare dreamed happy dreams of winning the race. He dreamed of all the animals cheering for him. He did not hear the small sounds of the forest around him. He did not hear the buzzing of the bees or the chirping of the crickets. He was in a deep, peaceful sleep, completely forgetting about the race and the slow tortoise, who was still on the path. Meanwhile, the tortoise kept walking. He walked very slowly. One foot went in front of the other foot, then the other foot went in front of that foot. He did not stop. He did not look left or right. He kept his eyes on the path ahead. The sun climbed higher in the sky, and then it started to go down. The tortoise felt tired, but he did not give up. He knew he was not fast, but he also knew that if he kept going, he would eventually reach the finish line. He remembered what his grandmother used to say, "Slow and steady makes the journey." After a long time, the tortoise came to the big tree by the side of the path. He saw the hare sleeping peacefully in the shade. The hare was snoring softly. The tortoise looked at the hare for a moment. He did not try to wake him up. He did not say anything at all. He just continued on his way. Step by slow step, he passed the sleeping hare. The tortoise knew he still had a long way to go, but seeing the hare asleep gave him a little bit more encouragement to keep moving forward without any pause. The tortoise walked and walked. The path seemed very long. Sometimes he felt like stopping for a rest. His legs ached a little. The shell on his back felt heavy, but he thought about the finish line. He thought about trying his best. He remembered why he had joined the race. He wanted to show everyone that even if you are slow, you can still achieve great things if you just keep trying. So he put one foot in front of the other, over and over again, slowly but surely, making his way toward his distant goal. Suddenly the hare woke up with a start. The sun was much lower in the sky. Long shadows stretched across the path. He yawned and stretched his long legs. "Oh my," he thought, "I must have slept for a long time." He looked around. He still felt very confident. He was sure the tortoise was still very, very far behind him. He chuckled to himself, thinking the tortoise might not even be halfway yet. He quickly got up, ready to dash to the finish line and claim his prize as the fastest animal in the entire forest. The hare looked down the path in the direction he had come from. He could not see the tortoise anywhere. Good, he thought, he is still miles behind. Then he looked towards the finish line. He started to run. He ran as fast as he could. He wanted to make a grand entrance. He imagined the cheers of the crowd. He was going very, very fast now, his feet barely touching the ground. He was so sure he was going to win this race. He could almost taste the sweet berries he would eat at his victory celebration party later that evening. As the hare got closer to the finish line, he heard a sound. It was the sound of cheering. "They are cheering for me," he thought happily. But then as he rounded the last bend, he saw a surprising sight. A crowd of animals was gathered at the finish line. They were all cheering and clapping, and there, just about to cross the white line on the ground, was the tortoise. The hare's jaw dropped open in disbelief. He ran even faster, but it was too late. The tortoise took one more slow, steady step and crossed the finish line. The tortoise had won the race. The animals cheered louder than ever. The hare skidded to a stop, panting and amazed. He could not believe his eyes. The slow tortoise had beaten him, the fast hare. The tortoise smiled a slow, happy smile. He had not given up. He had kept going step by step. And so all the animals learned a very important lesson that day. They learned that being fast is not always enough. Slow and steady can win the race. Persistence and determination are what truly lead to success in the end.